Scott, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing better than the Buccaneers today. They did have quite the butt whipping last night in that playoff game, and I thought Tampa Bay might have a chance just because the last time we saw the starters, they finally hit that 30-point mark against the Carolina Panthers, winning the division. And I know they had to sit some starters out and rest them up in Week 18, but you just hope that Mike Evans and Tom Brady had rekindled that connection. We saw them connect for 3 touchdowns against the Panthers, and it didn't materialize last night. The Bucs offense reverted back to form, and as we reported on PewterReport.com, it's going to cost Byron Leftwich his job as the offensive coordinator. This offense has regressed from scoring 30 points per game pretty much the last 2 years to 18.4 this year, and we saw, at halftime they're down 18-0. They trailed 24-0 in the third quarter, and just not enough offense for the Buccaneers this year.
This was amazing. Scott, literally, how are you doing? That's what I asked. Better than the Bucs punchline. Bang! And then I'm going to break down the whole fucking game. Yeah. Scott, that was remarkable. 28 years?
I appreciate that.
No problem.
Thank you. That's what we do at Pewter Report. We break it down, Pat.
Hey,
thanks for having me on.
Hey, did break the Byron Leftwich news earlier. Is that because that's expectation? And I should know more about your guys' relationship. You've been covering for 28 years. I assume you have direct links in the building. Was this expected? What did they have to do for Byron not to get fired? Or was last night kind of the tipping point of it all on prime time in the playoffs?
This has been a long time coming. Todd Bowles, when he got the head coaching job, that happened on March 30th, right? This is when Bruce Arians stepped down suddenly, and Byron Leftwich was in consideration for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey, Scott, why'd that happen?
Right?
Why'd that happen? Bruce just wanted to hand the team off to his friend whenever they were still good? Is that what happened?
That is a mystery I have yet to crack.
Oh, we all know. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of moving parts there for sure, right? But what we do know is that Todd Bowles inherited the Bruce Arians coaching staff. Now, he had coached with these other coaches, right? But he's on the defensive side of the ball, and these offensive coaches are, they're on Bruce's side of the ball. So when you look at the timeline, March 30, that's 2 weeks after the start of free agency, right? So Todd Bowles didn't really have a hand in any free agent signings. That was, at the time, still Bruce Arians and Jason Light. So Todd then has some say in the draft, but by March 30th, if he wanted to make any coaching changes, it's too late. Guys are already committed to college coaching staffs. They're already under contract on NFL teams. So he couldn't do any tinkering there.
What's Tom's plan? Is there any chance Tom comes back to Tampa Bay? If not, where do you think he plays? Do you think he plays?
I listened to the show earlier. I'm a big fan of the show, guys. And I think you're spot on, Pat, and the rest of you. I think Tom Brady's not done. Right? He said his goodbyes to the Tampa Bay media for this year, because I don't think Tom knows what the future holds even for himself. I think he is taking it day by day. If Byron Leftwich gets fired as we expect him to, probably later today, he's going to be interested to see who that offensive coordinator is going to be in Tampa before he commits to coming back to the Buccaneers. But I think Tom does not want to go out like that. And now that Tom is divorced, he doesn't have to answer to Giselle, and he can make his own decisions, right? He doesn't have to check in to see if he can play football again. And I think that's freeing for Brady. The relationships he's built in Tampa with the ownership, with Joe Glazier, with Jason Light, the general manager, those are deep, meaningful relationships. He loves playing for Todd Bowles. Both Bowles and Brady wanted to run the ball more this year. AQ, you're exactly right. In the Bucs Super Bowl season, all was not right when they were 7-5. It wasn't until they committed to running the ball. You look in the playoffs, those 4 playoff games, they averaged about 126 yards per game. In the regular season, they're averaging about 95, right? Yeah. That balanced offense, the play action, helped keep this Buccaneer offense clicking at 30 points per game in the postseason. Got him the Super Bowl ring. They wanted to run the ball more this year. Started off okay in Dallas with 127 yards for Fournette in week 1. It never materialized this year. And Leftwich didn't have any answers once the talent shrunk on this team. And I think he got exposed.